Hey guys, what's good? What's good? What's good? This is Alex W. Leith for Magnetic Repellent. If you're coming into this video, click like, subscribe. Please comment. We love the feedback. Share with family and friends. Hope you're having a wonderful day, by the way. Just a beautiful, beautiful day. We're still in the summer months here, so everything's great. Today I want to talk about, I have two topics. I'm going to do a two-parter. One is about a husband. This was trending. Both of these has been trending the last couple of weeks. And the first one is a husband whose wife took $17,000 out of their marital account without discussing it with him, without his knowledge, and she gave it to a family member. So is that a divorceable offense? The second one is a single mother who had her whole house trashed by her 15-year-old mentally ill son. And that's been trending as well. So buckle up, hang on, and we're going to discuss both of those, but it's going to be a two-parter. All right, hang on.
You are now watching the Magnetic Repellent Show.
So a wife takes $17,000 out of the joint account, which she shared, of course, with her husband, without his knowledge, without discussing this with him prior to, without letting him know anything about why she was taking this amount of money out of their joint account. He was asking, I think it was Angela Yee, last week, Angela Yee of the Breakfast Club, but she has her own podcast. He was asking her, I believe, if, he should get a divorce, if this is a divorceable thing. Now, that's a loaded question. If you've ever been through a divorce, broken families, I've been through it twice. It's not a pleasant thing. And so I'm never an advocate of divorce as the first option. Okay, apparently this couple has been together for a long time. I believe over a decade, maybe a decade and a half. This couple has been together. So the question I have for the husband, is this the first time, to his knowledge, that the wife has done something like this? Why would she decide to keep this a secret? Why didn't she feel the need to discuss it with you? Are you a difficult person to talk to? Apparently this money went to her brother. $17,000 went to her brother. For whatever the reason. I'm not sure if he has a legal situation, if he's incarcerated, needed bail, or whatever the situation was. Why wouldn't the wife feel comfortable enough to go to her husband and discuss why she needed this money for her family member? Now, if she's never done this before, why now? Okay, why now? Now, either he is difficult to talk to or approach with situations, or she has become difficult for whatever the situation and secretive. Because in marriages, people don't realize this. You marry long enough, people start to change. And a lot of times, either you grow together or you grow apart, okay? And once people start growing apart and communication becomes an issue, unless you guys get some kind of help, and I mean therapy, counseling, whatever the case may be, but you can start to hear each other again, the marriage is doomed to failure, okay? So if your spouse took $17,000 out of an account, $17,000 out of an account, and didn't bother to even discuss it with you, there's some things going on before that $17,000 got taken out the account. it gets to the point where it's not about the 17,000. It's about actions that's been taking place maybe months, even years before that. Okay, because if people get divorced, let's say a marriage lasted 15 years. People get divorced in year 15. The marriage didn't start going bad in year 15. The marriage started going bad maybe 7 years ago, 9 years, prior, or 5 years ago before the 15th year hit. Started going bad in year 10. But you stick it out and stick it out and stick it out, hoping things get better, and they don't get any better. So the thing for me is taking the $17,000, a divorceable offense. And for me, I'm going to say no, depending, because there are always mitigating circumstances. Okay, they have to really sit down and discuss why she felt the need to take this $17,000 out of their household. I'm not sure what their financial situation is. Maybe $17,000 is not a lot to them. I'm assuming it's a lot because the husband went to Angela Yee to report this. He was so upset. He's considering divorce. So I'm assuming that's an enormous amount of money, as it is for most of us. $17,000 is a lot of money. To give it to a brother or a family member, maybe with no hope of ever getting it back. Maybe he can't ever pay it back. Okay, so that may be another issue. Okay, but they have to get to the crux, to the core of why this happened in the first place. Why couldn't she talk to her husband? Why couldn't they communicate about this? That's the real problem. That is the real problem of this whole situation. Okay, but for future married people or those of us that are in relationships, here's what I suggest as far as finances go. Because marriage is a contract. It is a business arrangement. And no one wants to see it that way. Everybody wants this love and la-la land and all this. It's not about that. It's a business contract. And it's based on trust. Okay? And working together. And then love comes after that. Okay? After we get out of the la-la land, we start to figure out this is business. We got to run a household. We got to raise kids. We have to budget. We got to do all these different kind of things. Okay? But what I suggest is for married people, have your joint account to run the household. Household bills, rents, mortgages, light, gas, food, things for the children, if they're in private school or whatever the case is, those kind of things. Run the household off that joint account. Have your individual separate accounts. Your wife can have the account, husband has the account on his own, and you guys can do what you want to do with your money. So you don't have this issue later on. Okay, now people can say, well, that leaves the door wide open to be doing sneaky, conniving type stuff. Well, if you got to worry about that, you got a trust issue, and that's another problem within a marriage, is a trust issue. Because if you're worrying about your husband taking money out of his own private account because he may be going to pay for call girls or whatever, then that's an issue that you're going to have to resolve. Maybe going to the strip club with the money. Maybe the wife is sneaking around with somebody paying for hotel bills or over shopping or doing this kind of stuff, So if you're having those issues, then that's a trust issue. You guys have to resolve that among yourselves, okay? But that's what I would suggest as far as finances go. But as far as the marriage itself, communication, trust, loyalty, those things are vital. And a lot of people think that loyalty is, I'm going to put up with somebody's shit for the rest of my life because I'm loyal. No, that's not loyalty. Because if they're putting you through stuff for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, the same stuff, they're not loyal to you. So at some point, that loyalty has to be limited. Okay, for your own mental health and well-being. All right? So I don't advocate a divorce over $17,000. But I will say it's a pretty big deal that she felt the need to hide it, keep it a secret, and all this kind of stuff. They got to sit down and talk about this. All right? My next video, as I said to this, is going to be about a single mother whose 15-year-old son trashed her apartment. Totally trashed, just wrecked everything. And she responded, I believe it was on TikTok or Instagram, about the incident, and I'm gonna talk about that next. All right, so thank you for listening. Like, subscribe, share. You got any comments on this, please comment, and we'll kind of take it from there. Appreciate you. Peace.